The Great Pyramid of Giza contains an estimated 2.3 million individual limestone and granite blocks, totaling roughly 91 million cubic feet of solid rock. Its volume is matched by its alignment. The structure faces true north with a margin of error of just 3/60ths of a single degree. Historical records indicate the monument was assembled in 20 years. This required millions of stones, some weighing up to 80 tons, to be quarried, moved, and stacked in 2 decades. This data visualization breaks down that 20-year construction window. Assuming work occurred only during daylight hours, the builders had to successfully place one massive block every 2.5 minutes, every single day for 2 straight decades. Maintaining that rate of placement for 20 years with copper tools and wooden sledges requires a level of coordination that challenges our understanding of Bronze Age logistics. It suggests a sophistication in human labor management that archaeology is still trying to map. First, Herodotus, who claimed the monument was raised by 100,000 brutalized slaves. When manual labor seemed insufficient to account for the mathematical precision, modern fringe theories looked toward lost civilizations, acoustic levitation, or extraterrestrial intervention. But excavations directly south of the plateau have unearthed the remains of a sprawling, purpose-built city. Archaeology found the answer buried beneath the sand, in the exact remains of a planned city built to house and manage tens of thousands of workers at once. The daily logistics of this city survive in the Wadi el-Jarf papyri, known as the Diary of Merer. It is the oldest known papyrus on record. The text details operations of Merer's crew, skilled goatmen and artisans navigating complex supply chains to deliver materials. The bulk of the workforce consisted of ordinary Egyptian citizens paying a corvée labor tax. When the annual flooding of the Nile made farming impossible, men were conscripted to fulfill a civic duty to the crown. Feeding 20,000 men required an immense volume of supplies. Rations were meticulously recorded, dispensing constant shipments of warm emmer wheat bread and thick, highly caloric beer. The archaeological proof of their diet remains in the settlement's rubbish heaps. Excavators found tens of thousands of cattle and sheep bones, proving the workers consumed up to 4,000 pounds of meat daily. Supplying that volume of high-quality protein to a desert encampment required a coordinated agricultural network. The state treated these laborers as a critical resource, representing a massive investment in human capital. Moving the stone relied on coordinated gangs dragging wooden sledges, while a worker walked ahead pouring water onto the sand to stiffen the ground and cut the pulling friction in half. This repetitive, crushing labor took a severe physical toll. Skeletons recovered from the nearby worker cemetery reveal rampant arthritis, compressed spines, and crushed limbs. Yet those same bones show signs of medical intervention. Fractures were correctly set with splints, and workers survived complex amputations, pointing to an active on-site medical clinic. Crews developed their own sense of identity to cope with the work. Deep inside the pyramid's core, workers left red ochre graffiti, naming their teams the Friends of Khufu or the Drunkards of Menkaure. A disposable slave force does not receive complex medical care or organize into competitive teams with group identities. Losing a trained laborer was a logistical failure the state worked to prevent. The Great Pyramid looms over Giza, but the single surviving likeness of the man who ordered it, Pharaoh Khufu, is an ancient ivory figurine standing just 3 inches tall. To execute Khufu's order, the state pulled isolated farmers from every corner of the Nile Valley and organized them into a unified workforce. The logistics of the construction served as a nation-building mechanism. A seasonal laborer returning to his small village after months on the plateau carried back the experience of a hyper-organized state operating toward a single goal. The Great Pyramid now stands as a physical record of human cooperation, a feat of organization that turned a collection of river villages into a single state. The legacy of the builders is preserved in their literal fingerprints left in the mortar and their carefully buried bones facing the monument. These ordinary citizens traded their labor for a piece of immortality. 4,500 years later, the stones they hauled prove they achieved it.